Hey duelists, thank you guys for joining us for another speed deck profiling. Today we decided to go with the last speed deck for Spooktober because I'm running a little low on fiends and goblins and zombies and things that go bump in the night, guys. That's one of the biggest problems with a very limited meta is the card pool, and Speed Duels is going to suffer that for just a little while longer. Now, today we decided we go back to a character that everybody sort of loved on the show. We got Marik here today. We got something that's inspired a little more through, I guess you'd use like thriller movies like Saw, as not kid or, squeamishly friendly as that might be. Everything in those movies was about pain, and so is this deck. So, real quick, we're going to give you the skill. That's going to be Twisted Personality today. And then the rest of your deck is going to be 2 copies of Blast Sphere, 2 copies Boganian, 2 copies Dark Geroid, 3 copies of Gilgarth, and 2 copies of Lava Golem to round out your monsters. Only spell we're going to run today is going to be 2 copies of Allure of Darkness, and that is on purpose. And I'm waiting for the comment, wow, not enough spells, huh? Nah, it's fine. Trap cards, we're going to run 2 Kunai with Chain, 3 Nightmare Wheels, and to round that out, 2 Windstorms of Ataqua, and you guys will see that I have an extra deck again. And again, Marik's a little twisted, likes to play mind games. Our mind game here is, since we're going to be throwing so many cards in the back row, pick 5 fusions from Speed Duels and throw them together. I know that you guys are getting tired of seeing Blue Eyes, Reascension, and Thousand Eyes Restrict. They just seem to be the 3 best choices in all times. So, if you guys were here just for the deck list, you guys are good to go. Class is totally dismissed in just under 2 minutes. And for everybody else, let's explain why I made my choices and why this one is way better than that Bones deck I built. So, Twisted Personality is a great little skill here. So, every time a player loses life points, this card gains a counter. It can hold up to 3. Now, during my own main phase, I can use one of the following skills. If I want to, I can remove 2 counters from it. Then I can choose to discard a random card from my opponent's hand, which is amazing. That's like the memory loss that he was doing to my Valentine during their duel. Or I can remove all 3 counters off the card and then destroy a face-up card the opponent controls, which is just as twisted. So there's our boy Marik. So to do that, we're going to use Blast Spheres because it's great. It's a nice little time bomb for the opponent. If this face-down defense card is attacked by an opponent's monster before damage calculation, equip it to the attacking monster. Then, during the opponent's next standby phase, destroy the monster this card is equipped to, and if you do, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the attack that the destroyed monster had on the field. So we're not so much concerned with original values of attack, but whatever the field value of the attack was. And this is going to pair off very well with the Lava Golem later on in the deck profile, because you place the Lava Golem on their side, they burn, you set a Blast Sphere, you let them attack it, and then you just end your turn and watch the Lava Golem go boom. So, Boganian's pretty awesome for this. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can inflict 600 damage to your opponent, not optional. Not very good in the Masterclass game, but I'll tell you what, when you're dealing with 4,000 hit points and only 20 cards in a deck, Boganian actually gets time to shine here, and he was definitely worth it. Dark Geroid helps you when you have to combat your way out of something. When it's summoned, target a face-up monster on the field, it loses 800 attack. This is one of the original attack-modifying monster cards from the original game as well. And again, note, it does not say to the end of the turn. Fantastic. Gilgarth is actually sort of the boss monster for your deck. And now I toyed around with playing Gilgarth at 2 and Lava Golem at 3, but when playtesting, Gilgarth at 3 led to more, consistent plays. Not every time that I could use Lava Golem was there a reason for me to. And again, it was when you go first, when you only have 4 cards in hand, it's kind of hard to try to say that you want the Lava Golem. I felt that this was the better ratio. And again, Gilgarth, he's here for a couple of reasons. He's one of the stronger level 4 monsters currently allowed in the game. And we have so many ways to make him better, especially when you combine him with cards like Dark Geroid. So, that's easy enough. Lava Golem, The important things to know is, can't normal summon or set this card. It has to be special summoned first from your hand to the opponent's side of the field by attributing 2 monsters they control, which is a lot in this form of the game. But again, if your opponent is playing something like my previous builds, Dragon Caller, this is a non-targeting effect. You're just tributing 2 dragons for the tribute summon. And of course, you are going to special summon this to the opponent's side of the field. And it will lock you out of normal summoning and setting for the remainder of the turn. But during the standby phase, the controller of this card will take 1,000 points of damage. So, pairing that off with Blast Sphere, I believe you'll end up getting somewhere around the neighborhood of actual 5,000 by the time that would fully resolve. But that's just me spitballing there real quick. But Lava Golem, great at 2. Great card in the main game as well. It was originally what we used instead of Kaijus. And still holds true here. And again, against like the Dragon Caller, obviously that's good. And against Millenniumizer, Strict, Relinquished. It's another great way to tear those cards off the field. Allure of Darkness is just because you got like 9 dark cards in here. And again, we don't mind if we see a Gilgarth get banished or we see a Dark Geroid get banished or whatever. But I did want to play that mind game by running so many traps for the control aspect. So I just picked 5 random fusions. This is something, again, I used to do back in the early portions of the Masterclass game as fusions started becoming more and more relevant, as Metamorphosis was a thing, as Magical Scientist was a thing, as Instant Fusion was being used here and there. It was good. But starting off with the Kunai with Chain, another great way to block Lava Golem from actually swatting you. You can equip this to one of your monsters, give it 500, which is great for Gilgarth. It'll get him up to 23. And again, when your opponent declares an attack, target the attacking monster, you could sit that in defense mode. So I went 2 there. Nightmare Wheel is actually one of the best cards in this build because, again, this is going to paralyze out a monster. It can't battle. It can't change battle position. And during the standby phase, the opponent is going to take another 500. So that'll be 1,500 a turn, as long as that's on a Lava Golem. And that's pretty gnarly. So we ran 3 there. And 2 copies of the Windstorm of Itaqua. Change the battle position of all face-up monsters that the opponent controls. It's just another, like, Omni block. If you're facing down big dragons, if you're facing down whatever. It's just good to know that you can change all those positions into something a little less opportune. Gilgarth can run in there, hit clean up real quick for you. Once Lord of Dragons would be gone, you'd then be able to target the dragons. At which point, those traps become a little more alive with the Nightmare Wheels, or you could train the dragons down into a Lava Golem. And then still kill off the Lord of Dragons so that there's not a secondary flute play or whatever you need to against the Ritual, Relinquished, and Thousand Eyes Restrict build. So, I do think that this one stands up top with my other 2 main builds. Again, I just wanted to put my Arcana Knight Joker in a sleeve today, so that's fine. But there's no reason to play these outside of just playing a game with your opponent in their head. So I'm going to cut the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. If this helps you at all, feel free to consider subbing. If not, that's fine. Still hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time, probably this time Saturday. All right, guys, later.